Hi everyone, just checking that I'm live in the group, which I think I will be. Yes, I am. Good. Hello everyone, I just thought I'd come in and do a quick sales tip. I'm in one of the cafes that allows dogs in because I've got two fur babies that I've been looking after all week. I'm just trying to get myself in between these two lights. So it's all symmetrical. Yes, so I'm in this cafe today. Let me sit up properly. I'm in this cafe today. I'll keep moving around because it allows dogs in, and I've got both Saki and Mochi with me. I've just taken them out for a dog walk, a very long dog walk, so I'm really pleased with my steps. Of course, they were starving when they got home, so I gave them their dinner. Yes, they have one meal a day. Right, so today, this is what my sales tip is all about. I wanted to talk about objections that you get from people. And, you know, look, the fact is there are a ton of objections that people will give you as to why they won't buy. And the two most common, which I'm sure you've heard of, is time and money. But this is what we need to remember, is that sometimes people don't have the money to buy. They might like to buy it, but they just simply don't have the money to buy. And other times, you know, did I say they don't have the time to buy? They don't have the money to buy. And other times they just don't have the time. And we do need to recognize that they are genuine reasons. And sometimes people use them as an excuse, and sort of like your job is to get over that. However, if you sell them incorrectly, that excuse won't come up. It won't be an excuse. They can either buy it or they won't buy it. They've got the time or they won't have the time. And to be quite frank, if it's something they really want to do, they'll make the time, you know. So what I wanted to do today was to talk to you about 3 reasons why people genuinely don't buy. Because 2 of those reasons are to do with you, and 1 of those reasons is to do with the client. And actually, if it's to do with the client, there are things you can do. And if you know about them, then you can prepare yourself. So the first one is the client doesn't believe in you, doesn't believe in you. Now, that is a really hard pill to swallow for any of us. And of course, if we go and ask our clients, they're all going to say, yeah, of course I believe in you, because they bought from us. But we're talking about the people who don't buy. So the reason why some people don't buy because they don't believe in us is because we haven't come across as credible enough. We haven't come across as people with authority, and we haven't come across as people that's got this expertise. So at that point, they just don't believe. So how can you get around that? Well, one is being consistent, turning up on your social media platform all the time. And that's why I think I was saying in one of my other groups with my clients, I was saying, I was talking about this, I'm not going to mention her name, but this big coach. And she just turned up in her Facebook group every day for 6 months. And she did a live video. And she grew the group, and her people got to know her. And that's why they bought from her. And I think I've talked about this before, but there's this thing called the mirror effect. I'm not going to go into detail now about it when you do video. And it is a psychologically proven phenomenon. So when you do a lot of video, people buy from you. So if people are not buying from you, and also as well, this is what you've got to understand, is people aren't going to say, I don't believe in you, right? They're not going to say that. So what you have to do is you have to say to yourself, right, I want to make sure that I'm seen as really credible, that I'm seen as an expert, and that I've got authority within my marketplace. So how do you do that? 1, you're consistent. So you have a body of work. That means showing up on social media, showing up blogging, podcasting, YouTubing. It means you're showing up on a regular basis. That's number one. The second thing that you would also do is you would share customer or client testimonials. So people who've worked with you in the past and they've got all this great stuff. The second thing you would do is case studies. So you would show up and you would do a case study. And that way people get to see, actually, you have got all this expertise, you are knowledgeable. And if you're showing up on a regular basis and you're doing your body of work, you know, that will absolutely happen. The thing is, people say in their head, yeah, I'm going to do it, and then they don't. So you just have to simply be disciplined, and you've got to set time aside every single day. And a bit of planning goes an awful long way. And I know one of the first tips I think it was the first one I did, was about planning. So if you're watching this video now at the weekend, oh, hi, Rachel, lovely to see you. Yes, it's a good morning. Rachel's one of our expert coaches, the Mental Millionaire. So please make sure you check out Rachel's training, which she did on Friday, which was really brilliant. And it's really important to have your finances sorted out, and sometimes I get mine a bit wrong. I have to admit, that's why I'm trying to always track it every single day. So you've got to make sure that you're credible, and that's your job, it's nobody else's. So you've got to make sure that you're showing up consistently. You've got to make sure that you're sharing your case studies, those testimonials, and ideally, you need to get on video. Now, do you know what? I know that not everybody likes video. I would really strongly recommend that you do get used to video, because it's how we interact all the time. But I recognize that some people don't like going in front of the screen, and they much prefer to do audio. And that's great. Do a podcast, do lots of little audio clips that you can give away, so that people can listen to them. And I always come here without water when I think, yes, my throat's going dry, so that they can listen to those voice bites that you give them of brilliant information. But if you don't want to do audio, and you do have to be clear in how you speak, it's nothing to do with your accent, but you do need to be clear so that people can understand what you're saying. Then what you've always got actually is blogging, and blogging's been going for years, and it does take time, but doing a video takes time as well. But it is, you know, if you can, if you love writing, then doing great long form posts, blogs, and then you just need to have some really great graphics to go with that. And that might be an investment piece. You know, you might have to go to somewhere like Fiverr or People Per Hour, or Elance, I think that's another one, where you get people to create those graphics for you, or invest in training. Now, you can do that in lots of ways. You can learn from YouTube. It's got all the training out there, so you can learn to do it that way. But you need to think about, you need to build your credibility and authority in your marketplace. And it is a job you need to do every day. And when people say, well, you know, if I don't feel like it, I'm not going to show up. Well, there are some small little nuts and bolts in everybody's business. And it's the things that make the wheels go around. And if you're not doing that, you're not going to have a business. And for some people, they just want a hobby business. They want to be able to dip in and dip out as they want, and that's okay. What I'm talking about are the people who really do want to earn 50K a year, because, you know, look, when you're earning multiple six figures, 50K isn't that much, but actually, if you're not there, it is a lot of money. And if that's something that's going to keep you in the lifestyle that you want, and some of my clients just want that, you know, they're not interested in doing six figures, but they do want to make sure they're making 50, 60K a year, then you still need to put in the work to make that happen. Otherwise, you've just sort of like got a hobby business, you know. So it is your job to be seen as credible so that people do believe in you. So that's the number one reason why people don't buy. The second reason that they don't buy, which is actually, it is out of your control, although there are things that you can do. They simply, and this is actually the biggest reason, they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they can do the work. They don't believe that they've got what it takes to step up to the plate. So what they do is they hang back and they just flounder and they moan about it because they haven't got that courage to take that step, forward. As I said, they believe they can't do the work. They believe they won't have enough time. They believe that they can't get to grips with the tech. Then they're worried about what happens if I fail. If I fail and I get people complaining or judging me or saying things about me. And then this is the one that I really love that comes under this of they don't believe in themselves is, what happens if I'm too successful, right? So I've got to say that again because I find it really funny. What happens if I'm too successful? Well, I can tell you, I've had a number of clients who have said to me, yeah, I'm really worried that I'll be too successful. Yeah, well, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting years later to see a modicum of successfulness there. Very, very, very few people really are too scared that they're going to be successful and somehow their whole life is going to change and they're not going to have enough time with their family. Yeah, load of crap. Because as you get more successful, you just get more people to help you. You bring on people who can work with you. And when you start to say that and you start to say to them, if you're really successful, then actually you can bring somebody on, they can do some of this work and you're giving somebody a job. Actually, that's really supportive and helping. And actually, you can have people come into your home and do things for you. So you don't need to do things like the cleaning, the ironing, even making meals. I mean, on my vision board is I want my own chef. That's what I really want. Yeah, I want to be that successful that I can have somebody come in and cook my meals. And I don't mean when I'm in a home and old. I mean like now, so that they can cook me nutritious food. But that's the whole thing. People don't believe in themselves. Now, that's a mindset issue. And you're always going to get people like that. So what you have to do is you have to start to think about things of, what are those blocks that are stopping them? So sometimes, people would probably think I'm maybe an extrovert. I'm not. I'm an ambivert. I'm in between being an introvert and an extrovert. So there are times where I come on here and I can be quite loud and laughing and things like that, but I've been trained to do that. Otherwise, I come on bitch resting face, as they say, and it's all really, really serious. But I've been trained to do that, and I've invested in working with a video specialist a number of years ago to do this. So what you want to think to yourself is that there are people out there who are introverted and they feel different to our extrovert friends about doing things. And they do worry about imposter syndrome. Sometimes you'll have people who are perfectionists and they're fearful that if they do something and they put a foot wrong, that people are going to judge them. People are going to say things about them. People are going to laugh about them. You have to help them see that's not the case. So within all of our industries, no matter whether we're a coach, a graphic designer, a designer of any type, whether we're selling multi-level marketing products, whatever we are selling or creating, we are going to have clients who are scared. They've got mindset issues about taking a step forward. And sometimes what they need is a helping hand, someone who's got a little bit more patience, will take a bit more care with them to help them take that step forward. So we need to recognize that when people don't believe in themselves, they often come out with excuses. But actually what it is what's going on deep down inside that's stopping them from doing this. And the third reason why people don't buy is because they don't believe in your offer. They don't believe in the product or the service. And again, that's a hard pill for us to swallow, especially when we put our heart and soul into something of creating it. So we've just got to remember, not everyone's going to like us, not everyone's going to want to buy from us, and that's okay. To make sure that people believe in your stuff, it's the same, or believe in your products, it's the same thing as believing in yourself. Get case studies and testimonials around your product. Interview people who've gone through your course, so past clients. Talk about the program and behind the scenes, so that as you're getting excited, other people are getting excited as well. And you know, just do that consistently. And if it's like a new program and you haven't got any of those case studies, just remember that you may have got, like I've got a ton of case studies people who've worked with me in the past through sales. So I can use that in my social media to add to my credibility for my new program that I'm bringing out, which nobody has gone through yet, you know. So they are the type of things that you can do to help people to start to believe in your product better. So I hope that's helped you. It's just a quick little tip all around why people don't buy. I'm just having a look to see if I've got any questions. No. So if you do have any questions, please just do #replay. Let me know what your question is or your query, and I will come in and answer it for you. So have a great day, everyone, and get out there. It's a beautiful day again. And as we're coming to the end of October, we're very lucky with the weather, especially as all our bills have gone up. So take care, everyone, and have a great day. Bye for now.